you ever caught yourself worrying about what others might be thinking about you? What if I told you that most people aren't thinking about you nearly as much as you believe? The truth is, everyone is just figuring life out as they go, and some are just better at pretending they have it all together. Look around you, and you'll notice that some people seem to excel in everything they do. Whether they take up a new sport or venture into business, they consistently find success. How do they manage to make it look so effortless? The secret boils down to two main factors. Factor 1, consistency. Factor 2, harnessing momentum. That's really all there is to it. Consider anyone in life who has accomplished something truly remarkable. Take Mike Tyson, for example. He's often regarded as one of the greatest boxers of all time. What was his key to success? It all comes back to consistency and momentum. Mike Tyson used to train between 50 to 60 hours a week. To put that into perspective, the average American works around 35 hours per week, often feeling exhausted by the end. But Tyson was putting in nearly double that amount of time, training 8 to 10 hours every day. This is the first step, being consistent. Consistency means sticking to your plan and staying disciplined no matter what distractions arise. So, how did Tyson transform this consistency into momentum? It's simple, by repeating his routine consistently. He trained himself to the point where victory was inevitable. After winning his first fight, his mindset shifted. He knew how to win, and from that moment on, it was just a matter of repetition. Just as letters form words, words form sentences, and sentences form paragraphs, small, positive habits practiced consistently lead to success. As you stack this consistency over weeks, months, and years, you create an unstoppable wave of momentum. Many people might achieve the first step of being consistent, but they often fail to reach the second step, which is where true freedom lies. Take a moment to reflect on the people in your life who seem unhappy or stuck. It could be a family member, a friend, or someone you once knew. Consider why they struggle to succeed. The answer often lies in their lack of consistency and momentum. For instance, they might tell you, "I'm a great singer, and I'm going to start a YouTube channel." They might be enthusiastic for the first few days, but what happens next? They lose steam. They don't maintain the consistency needed to build momentum. Or perhaps they say, "I'm going to start going to the gym next week." They might go once, post some selfies on Instagram, but soon after, they drop off. Again, it comes back to the principle of consistency. You must keep building it until it evolves into fast-moving forward momentum. Only when you reach this second step of momentum will life start to feel easier. You'll navigate challenges effortlessly, almost as if on autopilot. Keep in mind that everyone builds momentum in some direction. Some build downward momentum, which is the easiest to create. But if you want to move upward, the principle of consistency and momentum requires that you understand the first step is always the hardest. Think about it. If you haven't exercised in months, how does the first week back at the gym feel? It's grueling because you've lost your momentum. So, the hardest part is always the first step. The first time you wake up at 5 a.m., the first time you decide to learn a new business model, the first time you step out to socialize and improve your charisma. It's going to be the toughest. But as time goes on, momentum will carry you to heights you never imagined reaching so quickly. Most people mistakenly believe that the time it takes to move from the first step to the second in their self-improvement journey is the same amount of time it will take to progress from the second to the third. That's far from true. Momentum doesn't work in a straight line. It follows an exponential curve. As you move forward, it takes less and less time to advance to the next level. Why is that? Because your mindset has undergone a complete transformation. You now have more experience with consistency and discipline, making each new step easier than the last. So, remember, it's all about getting started. Once you do, it's just a matter of riding the wave of momentum that you've built. With that in mind, how do you overcome that challenging first step? How do you build consistency in the first place? To do this, you need to master a few key principles. Let's begin with the first. Number 1, play offense. not defense. A prime example of playing defense is when you wake up late. Now you're just scrambling to get your tasks done before the day ends. But if you start your day early, you switch the formula. You're on the offense. Instead of letting the day dictate what tasks you accomplish and how much time you spend on them, you're the one in control. So, start your day early and take charge. Number 2, keep your goals to yourself, at least until you've achieved them or built unshakable momentum. Remember, all actions start in the mind. One of the biggest motivations for setting a goal is the desire for praise and social recognition. When you share your goals with others, you trick your brain into feeling as though you've already accomplished them. For example, if you tell someone, "I'm starting my own business next week," the typical response might be, "That's great, I'm proud of you." This triggers a dopamine release in your brain, giving you a premature sense of reward. But this isn't the right time to feel that reward. Experiencing it too early can prevent you from giving your best effort. That's why you'll often notice that the most successful people are usually the quiet ones in a crowded room. They tend to observe rather than talk, leaving a bit of mystery and learning from others. They may not be the first to speak, but they're often the first to act. In fact, the Bible says in Proverbs 10:19, "Too much talk leads to sin. Be sensible and keep your mouth shut." So, remember this: when you're consistent, victory is inevitable. And as these victories accumulate, momentum becomes unstoppable. Once momentum kicks in, life becomes a smooth ride. From there, it's simply a matter of repeating your successes in other areas of your life. And by the way, don't forget to show some support. Tap that subscribe button and hit like to help the algorithm. Stick around for more tips on leveling up as a man.